Obviously, it was not a pretty game, but it was a total team effort, and I think at the end of the day, selfishly speaking, you'd much rather win a game like that than a 42-14 game where you don't have a lot of adversity, because there's so many teachable moments from this game that we're going to have a chance to emphasize all the positives and accentuate the things that we did well. And at the same time, we have a ton of opportunities to correct things that we didn't do well. So, it was a crazy game. At the end of the day, I thought there was going to be, for a game that was ugly, there wasn't all that many penalties. I mean, we had some offsides at the end, but it wasn't what I thought was going to be just a typical 3 or 4 holds, PIs, some of those types of plays. But so at the end of the day, I was happy with the way we played, and we have a long way to go, but I know our kids are excited to take a next step. I don't know if I've seen an individual performance like I saw from our quarterback. I mean, that was just, he was electric with the ball when it was in his hands. He made great decisions. He protected the ball. I know, Chris and I have had a lot of heart-to-hearts, and he's a game changer and has the ability to do that, and he's such a team guy because he's not a guy that needs the spotlight. He wants the ball in his hands like any great player, but he's not a guy that is a me guy, and he's just such a class guy and so well liked, not just on the team, but so well liked in the school community, and I'm just glad he's on our team and we're not worried about defending him. Well, huge. That guy, and this is a guy that he kind of came on. He kind of came to the program with a splash last year and made a major contribution. And Brandon is a guy that he wants to be one of the premier players in this conference. I know he was gassed after that. He's setting the tone on that opening kickoff. Holy mackerel! That kind of carried us for probably another 10 minutes of play. And then not only having the great return, but converting on that return. The one thing that I was so pleased about today, as ugly as a game as it was, we executed when it mattered the most. To have a 60-yard return and to come away with a field goal, it's a little disheartening. We converted, boom, right out the gate. He has that unbelievable return, and we turn that into 7 points. We get a couple turnovers on defense, boom, we convert that into points. So, that's what was so good to see. When you're a team that, when you can capitalize on the other team's mistakes, it just does so much for your confidence and your psyche, and so much for in terms of bringing the other team down. So he's a guy. I don't know what the stats were as I look at this right here. He had 3 receptions, 59 yards, the huge one right there. That was probably the play of the game. Right there, because I think at that point we hadn't done much in the second half. We scored the defensive scoop and score at the beginning, and that kind of just really. They had the momentum, and we were bleeding a little bit on defense. We were struggling to stop him, and when he came up with that big play, man, it was just so sweet to see. But he's another guy. I'm glad he's on our team, and we're not playing against him. Sky's the limit with this guy, because he's just he hasn't even really scratched the surface, and he's going to have a monster year for us. We're really excited about that. If you notice us defensively this year, we're able to rotate more guys through. We're playing a lot more guys. I think last year we kind of had to hang our hat on 13 guys, or maybe 14 guys, and obviously you want your best players in there in crunch time. But the fact that we were rotating guys through, we didn't have a lot of gas at the end, but in the tank. But I think we had a little more than they had. Regardless of the role, whether you're a play caller or a head coach or position coach, nobody's going to put more pressure on yourself than you put on yourself. And and at the end of the day, you just want to you want to be at your best and give the kids a chance to win. And it's a nice win, but it's one win. We were in the exact same situation a year ago and ended up getting 2 wins the rest of the way. So this is a great opportunity for our guys. When Joe Casey went down, I said to the team, hey, what a great opportunity you have to show that we're a different team in the same scenario. I said to them after the game, what a great opportunity we have to show that, being able to handle success is such a key part when you're trying to take a program to a next level, and we have to be able to do that. And the thing we've kind of sold our players on is we we can't get beat at home. We got to win every single home game. We got to make it almost impossible for a team to come in here and win. And if we can win the home ones and split on the road and have a winning record, we're going to go to the playoffs, and we're going to probably win a conference championship. So just win the home games and just be at your best when we're wearing the Keeney blue. If we're going to improve, it's going to be as much from a maturation standpoint as it is physically developing and being stronger, bigger, and faster. I mean, if we're going to take a next step, you got to be able to handle the success. I mean, and I said that to the guys. It's really a 24-hour rule kind of. Hey, you have talk about the Fordham game, until we get together at noon tomorrow, and when we get together at noon tomorrow, now we're focusing on just getting better in the off week and doing a lot of good on good and giving some of our 1.5 deep, so to speak, with some of those guys that are on the bubble that may have an expanded role as the season progresses, guys like Trevor Turner and some of those guys. So, that's going to be a focus for us. But, really, what an opportunity to show that it was a big game. You have to win the home games, but at the end of the day, it's just one football game. You want to be playing every week. I know me. I like being in the routine of a Sunday preparation and then a Monday preparation Tuesday, and then the nice thing about this bye week right now for us is it's so early. Sometimes you say, "Oh, how many days should we practice? Should we not practice? Should we go longer? Should we go?" And you go back and forth. But because it's so early in the season, it's going to really be business as usual: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then obviously going into the game week when we take it on the road.